Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Ruth, and let's chat about 0 stars not recommended. Wow. So imagine you are on vacation and the world is ending. That's essentially what this book is about. So this was a great book. I actually laughed out loud, and I rarely do with a lot of things, like when I read things. And so this one really made me laugh out loud. I love the main character, Dan. He is so like imaginative when it comes to things he want to say to people, or he when he says things to people, it's very funny. And he's also has this like I don't care attitude. So some themes that this book also goes into are the I don't care attitude, um, how people act when the world is ending, um, and this is what the author wrote, but he was also like exploring like your self-worth. So that was like a very interesting way of how he kind of how the author ties that into the character Dan and like the events happening. So really enjoyable read. You also definitely have your classic characters in like a doomsday scenario, right? You got like the crazy violent person, the dictator, the like useless person, the people that are like not afraid to do things. So you definitely have different characters in this book that either you can relate to in a situation like this, or we can like learn from this situation of how like once everything goes, hits the fan, um, all humanity, all kindness kind of like loses, right? And everyone's just kind of really like for themselves. So very carnal, but in like a humorous way. Um, I am a religious person or spiritual person, religious person, and so I thought that the author did a good job of um, tastefully like poking fun of religion. I think he did it in a tasteful way, which is very funny. And I didn't feel like offended. But if maybe you're the type of person that doesn't like, you know, your religion being made fun of, then maybe this book you should stay away from. But if you're okay with that, uh, being poked at a little bit, um, I think, again, like I said, he did it in a tasteful way. There wasn't, I would say, a dislike. I think the book was like um, well written. It kept my engagement reading this book because I really wanted to find out what happens. Like, dude, the world is ending. What do you do when you're on vacation? And you're far away from your loved ones. And you're around like strangers. What would you do in that situation? So definitely couldn't put the book down. I really had to finish it to find out what happened. There's some quotes I kind of wanted to share just to like reinforce like why I like Dan as a character. And so these are like three separate instances where it's either like he's thinking it in his head or he actually says out loud. So one of it is he says, he talks about like his wife's mom's kidneys. So he says, pair of no good kidneys, just real deadbeats. Another one, he says, there was a pounding on the door and they both jumped. But Dan played off his jump like he happened to be hopping from the bed that exact moment. What a coincidence. I think that's like so funny. Like he's like trying to act all like macho in this death scenario. So, and I love that he like tries to cover it up. So I just thought that was so funny. And then another thing I liked that Dan did was he says, careful that the flip flop don't do too much flipping and flopping. I don't know, just like what he does is just so funny. So definitely enjoyed it. Oh, I forgot to mention. you may not find this hilarious if you are not familiar with like American references and like history or pop culture. So if you don't have that, then it might be like, why is this funny, type of thing. And so again, I think that would be like another this a con, right? If like you don't have like that background, then you might not get some of the jokes. So that's the only other thing I can think of that would be like a con for this book. So that and the if you don't want your religion being made fun of. Yeah, I would give this a 4 stars. Would definitely recommend you check this book out. And if you're probably wondering why I'm sitting on the floor, maybe you should watch my last video to find out why I'm sitting on the floor. Um, like always, please let me know your thoughts. Did you like this book? Didn't you like this book? Who is your favorite character? Please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Happy reading.